Welcome to this week's episode of CCNN. I am David Harkness, the Director of Engineering for CrystalCommerce. As the Director of Technology, I have two primary concerns, the first of which is the stability and safety of the system, making sure that everything is running as it should when it should. The second aspect is developing new products. Some recent activities we've taken for ensuring system stability is adding a great deal more monitoring to the system. Basically, anytime we have an issue with something, we're trying to add as much monitoring around it as we can so that in the future we get alerted to issues as soon as they happen rather than discovering them later. Another example is our Redis server. For the past couple of years, we've had our Redis server hosted externally. While in general, our external service has worked very well, the latency between having most of our systems being internal and some of them being external has caused problems. Any kind of network issue would start causing disruptions, resulting in timeout errors. This would manifest itself in many different ways throughout the system. So we went ahead and undertook migrating that server into an internal server. This immediately resolved all of the latency issues and eliminated all of those timeout issues. One of the key things that we work with on a daily basis is managing the jobs for the systems. We process several million jobs a day. The jobs can range anywhere from multi-hour order exports, inventory imports, things along those lines, to small little sending an email, status updates, all sorts of things. There are millions. We have about 20 different job queues at any given time. We try to keep them as close to empty as possible. When they start to fill up, that's when we start getting customer complaints. So keeping these things under control is one of our top priorities. We have dedicated a large amount of our resources to trying to increase capacity for these systems, as well as reducing the overhead of the individual jobs, basically trying to improve efficiencies on them. One of our biggest undertakings currently is we are in the process of migrating our entire data center over to IBM SoftLayer, a standards-based OpenStack installation. We are starting with our database servers, trying to migrate our three primary databases into SoftLayer to machines that have a great deal more capacity and performance. The migration to SoftLayer will allow us to expand our capacity much more easily than we've been able to do in the past. As our system continues to grow, this will provide us the capacity we need in order to service our clients correctly. The other aspect of engineering is new product development. This is the more fun and exciting aspect of engineering and something we've been ramping up over the last few months. The biggest and most exciting project is our multi-tenancy and sales referral system. From the client perspective, this is going to act much in the same way as our existing third-party integrations. A key difference being is that we have complete and total control over it, so latency is greatly reduced. This means that oversells will not be an issue with this integration. Another new product that we are working on is a new product import page. We recognize that the import process for the admin can be difficult and slow, often requiring some hunting around to try and find out which category a product might exist in. Internally, we have been testing out several variations of this page to try and see what works best. Our goal is to try and make this process as fast as possible for our clients. An ancillary to this project that we're hoping to reuse the development effort on is to provide some of this feature into our new POS system. Basically, when you scan in a product on the POS, if it does not yet exist in your inventory, it would automatically grab it from the catalog and import it into your system. This would dramatically improve the import process. Another project that is in the early development stages is our new POS v4 system. This is meant to address many of the issues that we have had with the POS v3, as well as allowing a great deal more flexibility in new feature development. We've had several people working on this for the last couple of months. It is making great progress. Further down the pipeline for product development is our ad network integration. I don't want to get too far into that as it's still in the early planning stages, but we are beginning to look at automatic integration of product inventory into the various ad networks. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to our support team. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of CCNN. This is David Harkness.